Good morning, welcome back. My name's Kirsten. I buy and sell vintage collectibles, antiques, secondhand, anything I think I can sell online and in antique centres. So if you feel like that would interest you, then stick around. Today is Friday the 10th, I think that's right, of October. Yesterday we picked up from the auction the lots that we'd won. As I said in my last video, we only got 4, but I'll show you some of those today. So this was one of the lots of stuff that we got from the auction. Darren very kindly washed it all and cleaned it, got rid of some of the worst stuff. Some of it still has sort of crazing inside, but I'm going to sort through it later and probably put that away to list at some point when I haven't got quite a stockpile in my office. So the eagle-eyed amongst you would notice I'm still in my pyjamas, but it's only 8:15, so just, you know, calm down. I am trying to take it a little bit easier this, like, today and the next couple of days. Just, I haven't been feeling 100%. I've decided to try and do low carb again, so I've got to get my head around that. So also the plan for today, alongside packing orders and taking parcels and stuff like that, is to try and come up with some meal ideas, things that I can eat on the low carb diet that I did before, and I did feel amazing when I did it before, so I'm hoping it'll have the same effect this time. So this afternoon, yeah, to put in a bit of time thinking about foods that I can eat and getting a bit of a meal plan going on, because it is quite restrictive the way I ate before, but it did work, so let's see. Anyway, I'm not all that enthusiastic about it, you can see, but I'm hoping a bit of momentum will get going. I'll start to feel better and then I'll get into it. In front of me here, I have a box of auction lot that I got yesterday, so I thought we'd go through it together. Trying to work out the best camera angle. We're going with this one, see how we get on. So this is a mixed lot that you often get at auctions. I did pay up for this. I paid 20 quid plus commission, which for me, that's quite a lot. But I was just desperate to get something. That sounds awful, doesn't it? Anyway, let's start. I got this rather cheerful wooden carved mask. Isn't he cool? I love that. I love it a lot. So there is the first thing to cheer me up. This may go straight in the bin because that's where he belongs. This is cute. It's like a little pipe or a whistle, maybe? Maybe a whistle. Handcrafted terracotta little bird whistle. That, I really love that. I didn't really look at this lot at the auction at the viewing because it was underneath in some shelves, and I just couldn't be bothered to ask people to move and then drag it out. Yeah, that may well go in the bin. What does that say? Aaron, Raisin, Burgh, Balsam. We'll see. What's this? Little skull. Alas, poor Yorick. Stratford on Avon. So that's obviously like a souvenir piece. How bizarre. There we go. We've got a wooden whale. Hand carved. A bone box. I've had quite a few of these over the years. They usually sell. You usually get about 8 quid for them. Well, you used to. I don't know. I haven't had one for a while, so there's that. What is this? Oh, it's like a stopwatch or something. No, it's a counter. What do you use that for? A counter. Counting people in? I don't know. Anyway, there's that. We have a little blue wallet. Is that a thermometer? Yeah, ear thermometer. Okay. a little knife, which will not be something I sell. It's not the sort of thing I touch. 3 little Buddhas. Is it 3 or 4? Oh, we got 4. There's one there. You see him? And the one there. They're cute. And what's this little figure here? Brussels. He's cute. Having a pee. Nice. Some bookends. Hang on. Like that. They're quite dirty. They need a really good clean. Resin they are, but they're kind of cool. Very heavy. What's this? A little mouse. But then it seems to... What's this underneath? Feels like it's glass or something under there. I wonder what that's for. Cute though. Cute little mouse. A cross, a religious cross. What's in the box? Always love a box. Oh, a lighter. Ronson. I mean, that'll probably just go on eBay. Little leather covered box with, looks like FS on the top. Tunbridge ware and leather dice tin. It's got dice in there. Oh, it's a tin. So it's tin and then it's covered with leather and then this sort of wicker or rafter bit around here. It's interesting. What's this? I think it's just a book stand. Do you think it's a book stand? I think that probably is like a book stand. A basic one. Oh, that's interesting. It's a foot with a hole. Is it a jug? Cooler man is that? Be interesting doing some research on this lot, won't it? Here we've got another boot. It's like a leather, well, it's not leather, but it's a biker's boot made to look like leather. It's just a resin thing. Bizarre. There. Here we've got another boot. I mean, that would make a nice little plant pot, wouldn't it? It's been damaged there though, that's a shame. Put a little cacti in there or something, that'd be cute. Little box, it's broken. Oh no, maybe not. I thought it was going to have a hinged lid, but it doesn't, it's separate. It's a separate lid. We've got a heavy metal dice. A Benson and Hedges ashtray. I mean, I'm not a smoker, wouldn't condone it, but that's kind of cool, isn't it? Like a scrumpled up Benson and Hedges cigarette box. A little wooden like stand for something. And then we've got this. Turner price submission. Is it me or is this crap? Yeah, it's crap. We've got some metal shoes. Are they a pair? Or are they both the same? I think they're both the same, so they're not really a pair. But I've seen ones that have like the pin cushion bits in, but these are a bit bigger than that. Not sure what you'd use these for, other than decoration. Another little boot. This one's ceramic. Something written there. It's quite nice. It's well done, that. Another boot. Somebody was obviously obsessed with boots and shoes. cute. No idea what I'm going to do with these. Some tiny little bells. And are they bells as well? Gold beads or bells or something. I'll probably just shove those in a craft box. And then this is the final thing. It's a little tie pin, and on here it says Deutsche tie pin given to Hindenburg staff. Interesting. What do you think of that lot? So the other bits are in the garage. Hello Benji. Oh, what are you eating? Jenny and Eddie all helping. So we got a sort of weird selection of things. We got this little table. We got this coal scuttle, but it hasn't got a front on it. But look at the tiles on the top. They're lovely. And at the back, you can see there's that lovely pattern on the back. So I'm wondering if we can do something with that. It's all inlaid. Really nice. It's just missing the front door. Any suggestions what we can do with that? Would make a nice little coffee table or something if you could cover that bit up. We got a big chair. You can see all the army boots piled up. A fire screen, like a tapestry fire screen. Some pictures. We got this one.
Do you want me to show you those?
Yeah, you can pick those up. So these two are by some sort of Irish artist. Are they oil paints, acrylics?
Oils, I think. Oil on canvas, isn't it? Oil on canvas board.
Yeah.
And that one.
And that one. So Irish scenes. But they do have some, I don't know what that is, but it needs cleaning up. So Darren will have a go at that at some point. And then he can carry on with the boots and everything else. I've packed a couple of orders, but here's a few bits that are going out today. Some Barrett Willow pattern tea plates. This nice sandwich plate. This little white jug and some glass vases. A little picture. This, I think it's over about £4, so don't get excited about that one. That one was on my website, but I sold that on eBay. And a Hornsey mug. And some cutlery. A drill. And I have no idea what that is. It's about 11:45 and we've just dropped off all the parcels. I got Darren to drive because I'm just not feeling quite right, and I don't like driving when my head's not quite right. So that is a job done. I'll pick out some things to list on my website to show you in a little while. But first, I'm going to sit down and have a look through books that thankfully I kept from when I did my low carb before. So there is this one, and there is this one. Now I know these say keto, but I don't do keto, but you know, they are similar. This one I found quite useful last time. And most of them are from the bargain bookshop that works or something. And this one. I like this one because this gives a really good explanation of how sugar affects your bloods and how that affects everything in your body at the beginning. So it's worth reading just for that, to get a good idea of how eating different foods affect your blood sugar. So that is a really good informative book. So I'm gonna have a look through, see if I can get some ideas. I've also got this, which was a book that I wrote down recipes that I used, and some of them were more successful than others. There was the butter chicken one I used to do quite a lot. Don't know why I'm showing you, there's no photo. I used the garlic bread base. That's a point. I need to get some almond flour and some mozzarella, grated mozzarella for those recipes. So that's worth doing. I did have like a bread recipe, you know, bread, which is psyllium husk and almond flour and stuff. But it makes 6 rolls when I did it, and they were the best bread alternative that I found, and they were quite good, but they could be quite, you can't eat too many, let's put it that way. Go through your system quite quickly. And then there's some tortilla wraps, which are almond flour, coconut flour, xanthan gum. It's just all these weird ingredients that I've got to try and see if we've got anything, what I need to get. Anyway, that's quite useful. It's always just the base of things that's a problem. So I think I'm going to make some courgette. You have to get some courgettes. That's one meal with like a pasta. And then if you have like a meat, you can have it with all the veggies. So we've got a chicken for Sunday, so we'll have roast chicken and I'll just have lots of veggies with it. Lunch today, Darren's boiled me some eggs, so I'm going to have an egg salad because we've got nice lettuce from the garden. I don't have any cucumber, but I've got some beetroot and stuff in the fridge. So that's that. Last night I had a soup that I found in the freezer that I'd made a while back. I don't know. This is why I need to come up with some ideas. So if you've got any ideas of low carb meals or alternatives or whatever, I'd prefer to stay away from too much processed food. But if you've got any ideas, let me know. Got my salad spinner. Time to go get some salad. So I think this is iceberg. Not sure. But there's that lettuce I can choose from. I could have some charred leaves if I want. Or there's these down here as well. So I'm going to grab a bit of this. This is the red and green. And then I'm going to grab some of the iceberg as well. Take the lid off. Make sure I get the bugs off before I eat it. That's the joys of homegrown. One more of these. And I'll have some of this. Do. Made my lunch. Made a big plate so that I don't get hungry. And that is mackerel in tomato sauce. Have my lunch. Hopefully that will keep me filled up. Filled up? Yeah, that's correct, isn't it? Right, I've picked out some bits for you. I've had this little collection of things a little while. I was just hiding it away. First though, I've got a few bits out of that box that I showed you at the beginning. So I've got this, the Happy Chap. So it's got a hook so you can hang it on the wall. But isn't that cool? Does it suit me? Hang on. Surely that's a thumbnail. Do you like it? I've got the 3 little Buddhas. So let me put my hand behind and see if you can see it a bit clearer. There's that one. That one. And that one. So those 3. And then the little sort of clay whistle. Bird-shaped clay whistle. I just think that's so cool. So there's those 3 things out of the box. And then this other lot is Polish pottery, which I absolutely love, and I know some of you do as well. So let's show you what we've got. A selection. I've got bowls. I've got these bowls. I've got 2 of these. So look at that beautiful decoration in there. with that all around the outside. And I've got 2 like that. They might vary very slightly, but they will be the same. That is what it says underneath. Just beautiful. Imagine eating your cereal or your fruit and yogurt or your pasta or whatever out of their beautiful bowls. So there's those 2. I've also got the same size, these ones. So these have a more blue-green pattern, but they're the same size. Polish pottery is quite heavy, weighty, solid. Isn't that lovely? Looks like pansies, doesn't it? Beautiful. This is those. Then I've got a couple of bowls that are slightly smaller. So they're more white in the pattern. Blue and flowers. There is the odd, you know, scuff, can you see? From where it's been used. But overall, very good condition. And I've got 2 of those. Then a different kind of bowl. We've got soup bowls. So I love this pattern with the circles. Really, really nice. That's that. I've got 2 of these. So with the handles on each side, and each one comes with a saucer. So you could serve it like that, or you could have the soup and use that for your bread. However you want to do it. But look how beautiful is that. Stunning. So I've got 2 of those. I've also got 2 of these little coffee cups or hot chocolate cups, I suppose. That's the underneath. They're quite a small little one. So if you're not, I'll show you next to my head. It's a small cup or a mug, but really, really lovely. And I have 2 of those. So that's that. And then another cup and saucer this time. This feels like a bit of a Christmassy vibe because that looks a bit like holly, doesn't it? But I don't think it's meant to. There's the saucer. Cup and saucer. Beautiful. And then a couple more bits. I've got this oil bottle. It's got a cork stopper in the top. And then the blue flowers all the way around, and then more blue flowers coming up to the top. Got a tiny little spout bit there, and there is the maker's mark underneath. It's that one. I've got 2 little egg cups. Hang on, get hold of it, like that. Aren't they gorgeous? It's the underneath. So I'm going to sell those as a pair. The others I'm doing as singles, but these I'm going to sell as a pair. They're lovely, aren't they? And finally, the butter dish. Now it is used, so you can see there's like a mark there. Seems to be, but that might just clean off, to be honest. Give it a scrub. Yeah, I think that's all coming off. There might be the odd scuff or whatever, little mark, but overall, very good condition. There's the base there. And then that is the maker underneath. And that's everything. But if you like Polish pottery as much as I do, then that is a little treat. We determined that they're our friends and we don't need to bark at them. Poor cows. Yeah, you're sitting down because you know damn well. You can see all the apples on the lawn. Darren's been throwing them for Jenny. Shall we see if she'll go for one? Jenny. She's deaf and blind, that's the problem. Yeah, Jenny. Jenny. Oi. Ready? still fast though. Look at her go. She's definitely better than she was a few days ago. Good girl. When we were at Louth on Thursday yesterday, we just took a bit of extra stock there before we went to pick up from the auction, and we have spoken to the chap who runs the antique centre, the owner, and we're taking on a new space in November, so we'll be having 2 spaces there. Darren wants to have a nice big wall space to put his pictures and paintings and things, and then obviously we'll have some floor space and things in front, so that's exciting. Gives us a little bit more flexibility with what we want to sell, so that I'm really looking forward to that. We've already started putting a few bits and bobs to one side for that, and hopefully we'll find some really interesting bits to go there, but we will show you that when it comes to the time. Just going to go and see what the dogs are doing. It's about 4 o'clock and I've done a bit of gardening and some sorting of stock, and we've got the car packed with bags and stuff ready for tomorrow. Car boot early in the morning. Hopefully we'll find some good treasures. The car boots are getting more and more sparse now, so fingers crossed we'll find some good stuff. Hope you have a good weekend, or had a good weekend by the time you saw this, and if you could leave me a thumbs up and a comment, it really helps with the visibility of my channel. If you enjoy a gentle vlog, or if you like reselling content, then please think about subscribing, and take care, stay safe, and I will see you soon.